let your soul be consoled. With Brandy Sinead, every story's a getaway. Welcome everyone, let's sprint today. With Brandy Sinead. From the classics to fantasy, fiction to truth, she got the reviews to inspire all you. So grab a chair, let your books take you away. It's Books with Brandy Sinead.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Books with Brandy Sinead. Today I'm coming at you with another book review. And I just finished this book maybe like 2 or 3 nights ago. And I enjoyed this book. Now, mind you, this book does have content warnings, which I will list on the screen. So I'll give you a moment to read the screen real quick. Okay, now, the book that has these content warnings, which I feel like this book has been all over Book Talk, all over BookTube, and that is Alchemised by Su-Ling Yu. Now, I see what people are saying with the cons of this about something with Harry Potter fanfic or whatever, so I understand that. And I'm going to let y'all know right now. I didn't grow up reading HP, and I didn't have an interest in it. Maybe 7 or 8 years, maybe years ago or something, someone had brought it up that I should. I attempted, couldn't get into it. Wasn't for me. So I really don't know a lot about HP fanfic, but I'm sure I can look it up. So I do acknowledge people's opinions about that. So I'm putting that into consideration as well. And I do also put into people what they've said about the prose of this book and how much they enjoyed it. So I'm literally coming into this book blind, to be 100% with you. And also, like, I didn't read Manacled. I know Monique, yes, she has read Manacled. I don't know who else that has read Manacled, but Manacled is, like, the Manacles are mentioned in Alchemised. So I probably will end up reading Manacled eventually. Who knows? But we're here to talk about Alchemised, which is a magic system of necromancy, alchemists, vivimancers, and there's a lot of mention of resonance. Now this book, the beginning of this book, it was really hard for me to get through due to things that were taking place. And also I was sort of not feeling it because I didn't know where this book was going, to the point where I almost DNF'd it. But I kept going, and then it goes into the second part. So this book has 3 parts. The first part is the one that I was struggling with. But then when I got into the second and third part, it actually, or at least the second part, it made me want to continue on reading the book because it constantly was pouring out information regarding the first part. So in the first part of the book, we are in the present. Okay, where the main character, her name is Helena, and she wakes up without having no memories, and she wakes up in the dark. She is in complete darkness, and a lot of things take place. That those trigger and content warnings that I posted, that's what takes place. So I just wanted to be mindful of that as well. And then we go into the second part where it goes 2 years in the past, where the present is making sense. So there is a war that is going on between, the higher ups or whatever, and the eternal flame, which is the resistance. And Helena, she is from a foreign country, and she came to the country in order to, be part of something bigger than herself, and also to explore her magic. And then there was sacrifices that she had made in order to be part of, able to go to this country and to learn all this stuff. So there was like dark academia involved as well. So keep that in mind, which was another thing that I really enjoyed. Dark academia, a lot of political intrigue, which I'm a huge fan of. Also, like, this book is adult book for sure. Like, yeah, it's an adult book. And she is getting to, she meets the eternal flame, and she pretty much, okay, I will help you. But then again, the thing about wars, it's it's always about power. And they always, like, the people, regardless of what side, they withhold information from you when you are helping them out, regardless of what side that you're on. It's something about power seeking and about their own motives, their personal motives. It's not for the well-being of the people. It's for that particular person. And, you know, they want revenge for this and they want revenge for that. And they want this type of power. It's like a power hungry type of thing when it comes to war in general, and also when it comes to this. So even Helena was able to discover things that she did not like as well during this war, and things that were withheld from her. And she realized she was being used. But then we also get to meet this guy named Cain Farron, which you'll get to meet him in the first part. But we get to have a better understanding of him, I believe, in the second part, along with the third part of the book, and how Helena and him come into play. Now, mind you, this book, it can be really hard. Especially, like I said, the first part is what got me to, like, struggle with it because of the things that was going on. But once I got to the second part, I'm like, okay. And the third part, I'm like, okay. So definitely take your time reading this book. This book is a chunker. It was like, hold on, let me give you the exact page count. It was 961 pages of this bad boy. Chunky. This is a chunky, okay? She is chunky, so just keep that in mind. But also, I want to read, I have the Fairloo edition, so I have the author's note in this book coming from the author, and I'm going to read it to you. So it says, Dear reader, the creation of Alchemised has been a long time coming. When I try to think of exactly when it all began, there's a part of me that feels like it's been in the works since before I was born, as though I've spent my life carrying it. I suppose all books and projects can feel that way, so entwined with their author that it's hard to say when they began. For me, growing up, a great deal of my time was spent reading about heroes in fiction and history. Men or boys held a seeming monopoly on doing the things that mattered. Consummate tomboy, though I was, I could never identify with boy protagonist. I was too constantly reminded of my place in the world, the margins that I was supposed to occupy, of being pretty, witty, and good. It was a rare delight when a girl was a part of the central cast, but even then, still ultimately a sidekick, the snarky, sensible, technical support for the main event. No matter how much she did, she was never the hero, and her efforts, sacrifice, and suffering were just the things a girl was supposed to do. Being helpful, picking up the slack, offering a voice of reason, and managing the tedious, boring logistics of survival and the insignificant labor of healing. I was already grown when books with strong female characters began taking off. And as much as I loved seeing this pushback, I also felt oddly erased by them and the way their strength was always definitely masculine. It was the same feeling I experienced as a tomboy, that I could only be as strong and important and valuable as I was not feminine. Helena Marino is rather distinctly feminine, not because she's deeply intuitive or pure or demure or good, but in her pragmatism, her ability to do what is necessary even when it is never acknowledged or appreciated, and in how far she will go for the people she loves. I have always been drawn to the feminine Gothic, to the ways in which the external world mirrors the interiority of the female protagonist, and how those books explore repressed desire and emotions in a claustrophobic and constraining world that sees feminine qualities as defects. Romantic stories, not stories about romance, but stories where the force of emotion is world-shaking, all-consuming, and transforming. Stories in which love is hunger and the characters are starving. Alchemised and Helena are in homage to the books and characters I spent so much of my life feeling an emotional resonance with. I hope you love them too. With love, Sen. So there you have it. I think with that note, like the note from the author, I think myself and you get a sense of what this book is about. And I felt like that was important to read to you all regarding the author and her points of view as writing this book. And I think it's myself, after reading the book and then reading that note for the first time to you all and to myself, like, it makes, like, the book makes sense. And so, like, for me, it was really hard to even, like, rate this book. But based on, like, the structure of the book, how the storytelling was going with this book, the format of this book, it was really good. I gave it a 5-star. I don't really like, you know, who does, but the first part of this book regarding the content warnings, it had me shaken. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not. I'm telling y'all honestly, like, after days of reading this, and it was a hard read for me. I felt like this, out of this whole year, this was the hardest book for me, to be 100% with you. And also, this is the darkest book that I've read this year too, if you can believe it. And I'm a fantasy girly. Like, I read tons of fantasy with a lot of political intrigue and dark academia and magic systems. But this one was the darkest and the darkest book, and the book that I struggled the most with during the beginning of this book. And so, like I said, when I had those content warnings, I wanted to let you know right then and there of what, if you are interested in reading this book, I want you to know what you're getting yourself into. But yeah, this is a book that I definitely think, you know, people can read, you know, or should read if they want to. I'm not going to say, like, oh, you need to read this book. No. Because I get, like, it was hard. Like, once again, I can't express enough of, like, how hard it was for me to read the beginning of this book and not put the book down for a little while. It was a lot emotionally, okay? So just want to keep that in mind. So it's like, if you want to read this book, go for it. If you don't, I completely understand. Either way, I still wanted to provide my opinions about the book. I didn't want to go into depth about the book because I don't want to be spoilery about it. If you are interested in reading this book, I don't want to spoil you. I don't. But that is it. I wanted to be something, you know, a little short regarding this book. I didn't want it to be a too much of a video where I get into more depths of the book. I really want you, if you really want to read it, I really want you to read it and find out for yourself. And also, based on things that I've heard about the book, the pros and cons, I wanted to form my own opinion. And so I did when I went ahead and read it. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But once again, thank you all so much for watching, and hope you're staying healthy and staying safe, and I'll check you out next time. Bye, everyone.